And it's back, the winter blues. The days are shorter, the nights are colder and longer. So if you're feeling in the dumps, News 10's Abby Kirk is here to explain that you're not alone. She joins us live from downtown Terre Haute. Good morning, Abby.
John, good morning. Yes, physicians say nearly 14 million Americans are struggling with what is called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short. It's truly the winter blues, and one local woman says she's no stranger to the feeling.
During the winter, I could go to sleep and sleep all just like a bear.
The cold months are back, nearly 10 hours of sunlight per day.
As soon as you get home, it's dark, and all you want to do is just curl up with a book or watch television. You don't feel the motivation to go out and do anything.
The motivation is difficult for Jerry Taylor.
If I was able, I would live very close to the equator, where it was sunny more often.
For nearly 20 years, she has suffered with what is called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short.
And I've had this for really as long as I have been an adult, I believe. It comes and goes on its own, where it comes in the fall and then leaves again when the spring comes and the days start getting longer.
It's a type of depression that's related to changes in the season.
There's an overwhelming feeling of sadness, depressed thoughts, increased hunger.
Taylor says she thought she had depression. Later, a doctor diagnosed her with SAD.
I told him when the days start getting shorter, I just feel terrible. I'm sleepy. I just don't feel like myself. And I feel pretty good in the summer, and it's just when it goes in the house. And that's over time, he was able to diagnose it as seasonal disorder.
She says she has found some ways to treat her winter blues.
See a physician, get a diagnosis, and get a treatment that makes you feel better. You don't have to be miserable.
Now, there are some ways you can treat your winter blues. Some advice from a local psychologist coming up in our next 20 minutes. For now, live reporting in downtown Terre Haute, I'm Abby Kirk, News 10.
The South. Well, more than 14 million Americans fall into a depression when the seasons change, otherwise known as seasonal affective disorder. You or someone you may know may be suffering from this and not even know it. News 10's Abby Kirk is live in downtown Terre Haute to walk us through some of the ways you can stay happy during colder months.
Yeah, earlier I introduced you to a local woman who is diagnosed with what is called seasonal affective disorder. It's literally the winter blues. She tells me she gets very depressed when the colder months come around. So I spoke with a local psychologist, Tom Johnson. He offered some ways people can treat their so-called winter blues. Johnson says the reasons why people tend to struggle during the holidays are endless. Anything from the weather to losing a loved one can trigger you to feel in the dumps. Some symptoms include feeling extremely sleepy, unmotivated, and not wanting to be social. Johnson says, first of all, you need to see a physician before diagnosing yourself with seasonal affective disorder. And on top of that, there are some things you can do to help relieve your blues. Johnson recommends surrounding yourself by a lot of light, natural light, and/or get some medication, but most importantly, see a therapist for help. For now, reporting live in downtown Terre Haute, I'm Abby Kirk, News 10.